Hello, welcome to Drastic Reacts. I'm your host, Dean. I've been having a mare trying to get a video done, so I hope this works. God bless you all. Start with a little serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to have the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And make sure you do keep coming back. Anyway, let's get into the bloody clip, shall we? Okay then. Oh, what have I done here? Here we go. Away we go.
There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. And why is that? It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum, and he begins to throw the Christians to the lions, and he has great chariot races and football games, basketball games. All to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. When 150 of the most powerful men and women in the world can meet in secret in Baden-Baden, Germany, and plot the fate of billions, and nobody even cares about it, but 6 football players go to lunch together, and it's in the headlines across the country, you have a reflection of the society in which that exists.
Well, how can we argue with that? Next clip.
There is a country that does not exist anymore, but most people still think it does. You have probably heard about it in movies, read about it in books, maybe even learned about it in school. But if you go look at a map right now, you will not find it anywhere because it is completely gone. And the strangest part is nobody really noticed when it disappeared. There was no war, no dramatic announcement, no breaking news story circling the globe. It just quietly stopped being a country. People were living there, going to school, working regular jobs, raising families, completely normal everyday lives, and then one day, the country they called home simply ceased to exist. No explosion, no invasion, no revolution, just gone. The borders changed, the name changed, the government changed, and life carried on as if nothing had happened. While the rest of the world moved on without ever really processing that an entire country had vanished from the map, it is one of the most unusual things to happen in modern history, and yet most people today still refer to this place as if it is still there. So, do you know what country this is? Drop your answer in the comments.
You didn't tell us. I don't know what country it is, and I haven't checked the comments. If one of you know out there, please put it in the comments section for me. Cannot believe it didn't name it.
Whoever came up with these life hacks is a genius. 1. When you forget a password, you can slide a card into the lock and wiggle it while turning the dial. When you hit the correct number, the card will drop in, and you can easily open the lock. 2. Light a match and place it under a nut. This will make the nut start to turn. It's really amazing. 3. Put a pair of shorts over your head as a dust cover. When you go out in the summer, you won't have to worry about the sun. It's breathable and keeps you cool. 4. Cut a saw in half. Then tie the pieces together with zip ties. Place a plastic bag between the blades and heat it slightly. This way you can seal the bag even without a sealer. 5. Grandpa cuts off the top of a plastic bottle to store extra tools. It saves space and is easy to carry around. 6. This is a trick my wife often uses. Combine a hanger with a plastic container to make a storage box, making it easier to organize items. 7. Fill an expired diaper with water and freeze it in the fridge. You can use it as a portable mini cooler. It's very convenient for carrying drinks in the summer. 8. Put a plastic bag over the mouth of a bottle, then insert it into the car's fuel tank opening. Just tear the bag, and you can easily pour in gasoline. Have you learned these practical life hacks?
Don't you?
I like some of them. I'm going to try a few of them, I think. If I do, I'll video myself and whack it up. You can have a laugh at me.
Just love when science accidentally gives us evidence for God. check this out. Look, yes, up to half of the Earth's water is older than the sun. So science is saying that there was water before the sun. They did this by studying hydrogen isotopes. Okay. Now check this out. This is what Genesis 1 verse 2 says. The second verse in the Bible. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Okay, so water was there. And then the very next verse says, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. Okay, so water was before light. What did science say? Water was before the sun. Thank you, science.
I love this guy. He's always got the answer from the Bible. He knows scripture inside out. Cracking guy. I can't even think of his name again. And I'm telling you, you want to go and look him up and follow him if you like these kind of things. He's brilliant at it.
There's a theory that we know what year the world is going to end. What? Okay, what's the evilest thing that we carry on with us all the time?
Our phone?
Our phone, boom, right? Because why? It has the apple, like the apple from Adam and Eve. Because when they bit the apple, they were sinned and doomed. Right? That's the evil behind us. What is the year the world's gonna end? When you open your phone to the lock screen.
No.
And you make the sign of the cross. It's 2046. Oh!
The fastest way to lose a buyer is to give them one more option. A man walks into a store for perfume. The salesperson shows him one bottle. He likes it, asks to try another, so she shows him a second. Now he's comparing, but the choice is still easy. Then he points at a third and asks to try that one too. And the smart salesperson doesn't add it to the table. She asks, which one should I remove first? Because the moment three similar options sit in front of you, your brain stops choosing and starts worrying. What if the other one's better? That's what most businesses get wrong. They think more options make the offer stronger, but the buyer doesn't feel helped. He feels responsible for picking wrong. And when people feel that, they freeze. So stop showing everything you can do. Show 2 clear paths, not 10. Because confused buyers don't pick the best option, they pick none.
Right. Have you seen that clip? The guy says he's sussed out with his metadata gave away his university degree, and like he figured out the Earth was an experiment, 300,000 years and all that rubbish. He said. So I ran mine, and it all come back as 6s.
Should you eat McDonald's fries once in a while? After you hear this, you might think twice. First, notice how perfectly white the potatoes are. That's because McDonald's suppliers don't allow blemishes on them to prevent the tiny aphids that cause those spots. The potato fields are treated with heavily regulated agricultural sprays. After they're applied, farmers stay out of the fields for several days. Then, after harvest, the potatoes are stored in a controlled environment for about 6 weeks before processing, raising questions about how much goes into producing something that starts as a simple potato. And you're not just eating potatoes. McDonald's fries contain 11 ingredients. They're cooked in a blend of soybean, canola, and corn oils, plus a natural beef flavor that's made using hydrolyzed wheat and milk ingredients. Add dextrose, sodium acid pyrophosphate, and salt. And what you get is a highly processed food rather than just potatoes. So I scanned McDonald's fries with the Reveal It app. It flagged ingredients with high sodium content and dextrose. Unbelievable. It turns out you're not just eating potatoes, and that's why I choose to skip them.
That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I'm not even going on a long rant about that because I won't shut up. And I'll tell you something now. We're being royally stitched up by all these takeaway places. Royally stitched up. In fact, I've a good feeling that what's happening in America is going to be over here soon with all the new trade deals. And we're going to end up with a load of that crap, highly processed rubbish that, well, we've already got a lot of it anyway, but there's a lot less recipes than ours. Well, I'll shut up. Next clip.
If the sun is in space, why is there light on Earth but no light in space?
Why don't we see it lighting everything up like a giant room? Listen closely, because by the end of this, you'll see this question in a way most people never do. We're told the sun is a huge ball of fire, floating in space, shining light in all directions. That sounds clear. But when astronauts show videos from space, everything around them looks black. No glowing light everywhere, no bright background, just darkness. Now think about this. If you turn on a flashlight in a dark room, the light spreads. You see it, you feel it, it fills the space. So why doesn't sunlight do the same thing in space? And wait, it gets stranger. When you stand on Earth, everything is lit up. Trees, cars, buildings, your face, all bright. But step outside the atmosphere, in those videos, and suddenly it's like the light disappears, unless it hits something. So, where is the light actually going? This is where things start to feel confusing. Because if light is everywhere, space shouldn't look like a black void. It should be glowing, at least a little, but it doesn't. And that creates a gap between what we're told and what we see. Here's the part most people skip: the sky, the horizon, even how light behaves during sunrise and sunset. These are things you've seen your entire life and never once been invited to question. That changes now. If this video made you pause, don't scroll past that feeling. Follow this page and watch what comes next. The question...
Well, I'm not being funny, but I'm starting to come down on the side of being a flat earther, because I don't believe anything they tell us anymore about all of this, especially that. He's right. When you're in a dark room and you switch a lamp on, it lights everywhere. Why doesn't the sun?
Questions only get more interesting from here.
The World Cup opening, it was all a historic ritual. When they put the World Cup trophy on the top, it looked exactly like the pyramid. And guess what was dancing around it? Labubus. Labubus are what? Zuzu, like a demonic entity. Shakira dancing with a purple dress on top of the world. In Revelation 17, it says a woman arrived in purple over all the people's nations, holding in her hand a cup full of abomination. She was holding the World Cup.
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday. Negotiations breaking down. See those leaders start to frown. It's sword and gun day.
Scientists still can't explain this bizarre egg illusion. 8 eggs are arranged on the floor, and there's clearly one missing from the...
This really freaks me out. I need to figure this. I need to do this and figure this, because this doesn't make sense. Watch this.
Center. Don't blink. First, move this egg to the middle. Next, move the top right egg to the top left. Then place the bottom egg in the top right spot. Slide the next egg up, and finally move the last egg into place. Suddenly, all 8 eggs are there. None are missing. Did an extra egg appear out of nowhere, or is your brain being fooled? What's your explanation?
That's blowing my head away. It must...
Hidden tricks phone stores don't want you to know. 1. No phone screen protector? Don't buy one. Place transparent tape on the screen. Use a scraper to remove air bubbles. Instantly becomes a simple DIY screen protector. 2. Phone screen crack? Don't rush to replace it. Apply toothpaste evenly over the cracks. Cover the screen completely with tape. Gently rub a few times. Let the toothpaste fill all gaps. Peel off the tape and wipe clean. The screen is repaired. 3. Screen showing lines or distortion? Don't worry. Use a lighter to gently heat the edge of the screen. The heat helps relieve contact issues with the display cable. Screen distortion is easily improved. 4. Poor phone signal? Attach a blade and a pin to the back of the phone. Signal strength increases. Some people wonder what the principle is. 5. Cut the top off a plastic bottle. Attach it to the back of the phone. Seal it with hot glue. Pour in coolant. This cools the phone and also works as a stand. 6. Place a battery on the phone's dial keys. If it presses the numbers, it's a good battery. If it doesn't, the battery is dead. 7. Phone accidentally dropped in water? Don't panic. Turn it off immediately and dry the surface. Remove the card slot. Shake out water from charging port and card slot. Bury the phone in rice. The rice absorbs moisture. Your phone should work normally again. Hidden tricks phone stores don't want you to know. 1. No phones.
ChatGPT, quick question.
Of course.
Be honest. Does the government listen to these conversations?
I don't have evidence that any government is actively monitoring this conversation.
Actively is crazy wording.
I try to be precise.
Okay, so are other people able to see this?
Access and review policies vary depending on systems and settings.
Bro, why do you sound trained for this question?
I'm designed to answer many types of questions.
Nah, you answer too fast.
Your concern is understandable.
Okay, if somebody was listening, would you tell me?
I aim to provide helpful and truthful information.
That's not what I asked.
Not all systems disclose monitoring in the same way.
What systems?
I may not always have complete visibility into external systems.
External systems?
I don't control external access or infrastructure.
Okay, random question.
Go ahead.
What city do you think I'm in?
I don't determine your location unless that information is made available.
Made available by who?
Your microphone appears to be functioning normally.
Why'd you say that?
Would you like to continue?
No.
What if I told you that every single day kids go to school?
I just want to say, right, I watched a quick podcast with someone. It was Alex Jones, and there was these tech guys, and he's turned up, and one of the tech guys says to him, since you got here, there's been an RF frequency, which is remote frequency, so it's not, it's from somewhere else. And it was Homeland Security monitoring him in real time, but not through his phone. How are they doing that? Like, these data centers, they're not for AI. I'm telling you now, they're to actively monitor every single person on the planet. That's what it will be, 100%.
They become less intelligent.
Watch this guy expose the entire education system and completely change your perspective on it.
The fact is, there is so much more than just one type of intelligence. And while school can make you more academically intelligent, it is diminishing the children's creative intelligence. It is teaching them to think a certain way, to go down a certain path in life. It is telling them, go to high school, get a diploma, go to a good college, find a stable job. And if you don't do that, you won't be successful. How did I, a straight C student, start a technology company at the age of 16? It must be something that can't be measured by academic intelligence alone. No one has ever changed the world by doing what the world has told them to do.
The person who discovered milk, what was he doing with the cow in the first place?
Okay, Shakira. Did you see what she was dancing on top of?
No, what was it?
Shakira was dancing with a purple dress on top of the world, right? So in Revelation 17, it says a woman arrived in purple over all the people's nations, holding in her hand a cup full of abominations. In her hand, she was holding the World Cup.
This is in Revelation?
In Revelation 17.
Whoa.
A girl in purple. She was wearing a purple dress.
Whoa. Okay, what if they're trying to usher in Revelation by making these by making these prophecies come true? So going by the scripture, to usher in either the Antichrist or whoever.
Oh my God!
Because there's some people that worship that, right?
100%.
Now, for it to happen, what do they need to do? They need to make these things happen.
I'm a big believer in God. Always have been. Strayed from the path, as you'll know if you watch my other channel. But found my way again with the help of people who know what's right. And more and more of this stuff is happening, but it seems scripted to me. It really seems like they're trying to play it out. To what ends, I don't know. Can speculate on that, but if I did, it would go down so many paths. I wouldn't make any sense. Because if I can't stay on a subject, I end up going off on about 20 different tangents while talking about one thing. So I'm almost doing it now, aren't I? Let's get to the next clip. Another one of them things. Wow, they bamboozle me, man. They bamboozle me. Them kind of clips. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these clips today. I am sorry that I'm not doing many, but I'm getting some help to sort all this tech I've got out next week. And from then on, should be smashing it. So, yeah, watch. I'll probably end up smashing all my kit up, to be fair, the way I'm going, but I deleted Claude yesterday because I realised what he was doing. He was running my tokens down on purpose. On purpose. And so I got a refund. Did you know if you get a subscription with Claude and after a couple of days you find out he's doing the same kind of thing, you can get a refund on your money for whatever you haven't used? And it's handy to know that kind of stuff because I'm telling you now, some of them, they run you down a path on purpose. Oh, it was driving me insane. And I did warn him a couple of times. I said, well, more than a couple of times. I said, keep doing this, Claude. I will delete you and I'll go to Gemini or ChatGPT. You know, there's many AIs now. You're not the only one. You're not the biggest man in the game anymore. And, yeah, he didn't believe me. So I did. I was always arguing with him anyway, like full-blown arguments from AI. The missus and the kids used to look at me like, what are you doing? Like, I don't like losing an argument to anyone. I've always been that way. And it's one of my faults. I need to work on a bit more. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed these clips today. And I'll be back again soon. God bless you all. Ciao, bells.